Good Sunday afternoon, YouTubers. This is Kathy Morrison, also known as Furniture Duchess, live from Atlanta, Georgia. And today is day 2 of the Furniture Flip Challenge. And while yesterday was all about prep work, today is all about priming. And it's not always a necessary step, but in this particular case, I'm going to be painting pastels, maybe white. And you really want to get a blocking primer on here first to get rid of the brown and not have any bleed through. Some of the woods, which we're not going to get into today, do bleed through your paint. So you're going to want some kind of a blocker. There's a lot of different blocking primers out there. I don't need the heavy duty stuff like a bin primer or a shellac based primer. I just need something that's just going to get rid of the brown and give me a little inspiration. So I have got Dixie Belle's Boss, which is a stain blocking primer, and it stops bleed through. So just in case this wood may bleed through, we're going to be safe. I'm doing it on the base. The top I'm going to leave alone. I've taken the drawer out as well because I sanded that down to raw wood because we may be doing something a little bit different. I did say yesterday I sanded down the top to raw wood, and it's just not beautiful wood. It's okay wood. So we definitely are going to be putting a different finish on it, but that will be for another day. So let's get started. Some of the things that I always have with me, this is a water-based primer. So anytime I'm using water-based paints and primers, one of my helpers, mother's helpers, is a baby wipe, because that will wipe up any spills, or if you get it somewhere where it shouldn't be, it'll take it back off again. Also with water-based paints and primers, you can use water if you need. I like to get started with just misting my brush, just getting a little moisture on it, and we're gonna go to town. I've already opened this can once, so hopefully it'll be very easy. And we're just gonna go to town and start painting. As I am left-handed, I'm gonna be flipping around here. And if you don't have a really good hinge on your chest, you're gonna wanna support this so it doesn't slam closed on you unexpectedly. So that's for safety reasons. And I guess I probably should start with the front so you can see what I'm doing. I am a bit of a messy painter, so I do get drips everywhere and I wear my paint. So that's just life. I will probably go ahead and put 2 coats on here for good coverage. And you just want to get it in all the crevices and make sure you just get rid of all of the brown, and cover all the surfaces so you've got a nice even coat. Make them thin. You don't want to glop on the paint. You want to make it very thin and smooth. It's better to do more coats and have them be thin than to have thick coats, because you get things like drips, chunks, anything that's going to affect your finish. So just remember that. Think thin. So we are going to not watch me paint this entire front, because that would be worse than watching paint dry. But you get the gist of where we're going with this. I'm only going to the top lip of this because there's cedar on the inside and there's an edge to this lip. Another thing is I'm using a chip brush on this, not one of my good brushes. I don't use my good brushes for primers, even though I do wash them after each use. I think that this gives a good enough finish, if you're careful, that you don't need to do that. So this is the gist of what we're doing today, priming. I will be back with you when I'm done.